What's up, guys? Tanner Trades TA back with the FTMO update. We are in about 5% of drawdown. We have a ton to go over today. This one, the haters are going to love this one because I took a losing streak, but I'm going to show you exactly why there's no reason to panic, especially if you know your statistics, if you know your strategy. And this is what makes a profitable trader from an unprofitable. This is what separates a profitable trader from an unprofitable trader. Is a profitable trader, even through a losing streak, does not doubt his system and does not doubt his strategy, and will keep hitting the same exact trades over and over again. I'm going to explain why I went on a losing streak, what we could have done differently, and what I'm going to do to get out of drawdown, even though, like I'm going to go over in this video, we have had some unfortunate misses all within a tick. So we would have been out of drawdown already, and there would be no issue with the account or the statistics. We'd be above a 50% win rate. We'd be out of drawdown. Had these trades I'm about to show you worked out. But this is exactly where unprofitable traders go wrong, is they start losing, they start switching their strategy, and they start doubting themselves because they do not have the data and the statistics. Luckily for me, I've been trading personal for the past few years, and I have plenty of stats on my strategy. So I know if I do this, it'll affect this. If I do that, it'll affect this. But anyway, that was a long enough intro. Again, if you want to trade live with me, I have a Discord. Join the free section where we post some wins, post some stuff, and then join the mentor section where you could watch me trade live and you could see the process to breaking down the markets every single day. I trade probably the most simple strategy out there, obviously breaks of structure aligned with order blocks and Fibonacci, as simple as it could be. We cash out halfway. We target about 1 to 2s every time. We cash out about halfway through TP1, TP2. Average RRs is 1.5, but the profit ratio goes to about a 2 when you consider sometimes we hit partials, break even, or hit bigger trades than 1 to 2s if the highs permit it. But anyway, that was a long ass intro. Let's try to get this video over 10 minutes. Like I was saying before, that's just an alert for this trade when it comes down here. I don't have it placed yet because the fib levels are not exact yet. We need to figure out where these highs are going to be. But anyway, guys, we have a ton of losses here to go over. We ended off the last week video down 0.6%. Now we're down 5%. And we'll go over every single trade that I've taken on this account. So we ended here. We didn't know how this was going to play out. Unfortunately, if I was targeting a 1 to 2, we would have smacked 1 to 1 TP easily, but it was a bit bigger. It was a 1 to 3. So as you can see, we have this internal chalk, unfortunately. And why, guys, I took so many losses is because I was still following this higher time frame downtrend, as you could see here, and the market just kept giving me short opportunities instead of long opportunities. But we're going to break everything down here. So as you can see, we had the fib swing high to swing low. It aligned perfectly with this area of supply here, this resistance here. So we come in, we tap into the order block, tap into the fib. We go into some profit here, almost hit our TP1, and I end up holding the trade for a loss. Perhaps if this was a personal, or if I wasn't pushing every trade so hard for the challenge, I would have broke even. Usually I break even when price is around my TP1, and once we hit TP1, we always break even. So then again here, our next short, and again, guys, every day we were just chopping in this range. I seen the sweep to the upside, and then I seen the break of the lows to the downside. Here, this chalk. So again, order block, supply, Fibonacci. We could see price taps in, gets rejected over the next few hours. We just chop about there, get rejected. And then I think there was some news that wasn't on my side, sent price up here to our stop loss. And as you can see, we are still downtrending. We have bigger breaks of structure here. And to be honest, this was, in my mind, this is where psychology comes into trading a lot. In my mind here, this was pretty much the last short that I was willing to take. I said if it breaks this high, I'm done shorting, because I'm very methodical and mechanical. Again, you need to be to protect your account, and so you don't panic in drawdown. Very methodical. Let me get rid of this fib here for the moment. We get rejected. We get into this order block, get rejected. My TP1 is at the lows, and my TP2 is somewhere down here. I wasn't actually targeting those lows. I was targeting like a 1 to 2 or something. But yeah, as you can see, again, just trended right through, and there might have been news or something, trended right through that order block. And then unfortunately, this is where things went a little, I could be a little annoyed with myself because I said I was done shorting. I was done shorting. As you can see, we're chopping, no confirmed uptrend for a while. We got this break. There was no retracement. So we rejected again from this high that broke this structure over here. And on the lower time frames, I identified a chalk here on the lower time frames, probably 1 minute. And instead of getting in right away, which I should have, we would have smacked our TP1 and 2, or gotten in here, we would have smacked our TP1. I just looked at this as the daily area of supply that we would just keep rejecting off of, hoping we would get those equal lows there. We ended up trending right through that order block. And then, wouldn't you know it, I shorted again because, again, we were getting no retracements, no Fibonacci's, no order blocks to even buy. So, again, I'm just going with my strategy. This one was a little unfortunate, and I can explain. Again, if your guru cannot explain every single trade that he's taking, then there's a problem. This one, we swept highs, and unfortunately, we swept lows. But the fib aligned with the supply, aligned with the order block, and we did close the 1 minute below this low end structure, but on the higher time frames, it was just a wick. So if I was following my own strategy, I need closes on the higher time frames as well, below and above areas. So I did not even follow my own strategy here because on the higher time frames, it was a wick. But again, we're getting a little more aggressive because it is a challenge. Fibonacci aligned, everything. You could see that we did start getting rejection, and I was hoping that price would push down to take all these equal lows. It didn't. We ended up popping up through that order block. But then guys, it was official. The downtrend completely over. I mean, it was over. It was over down here, but it was giving us no retracement, nothing to long. Nothing too long, but this is where, we just started buying and everything would be Gucci again, following the trend, following strategy. We finally get a nice big break of structure. We could clearly identify this as a break of structure. And this is where things get a little unfortunate for me, but that's just how it goes. And I'm not going to let the unfortunate misses affect what I'm doing, affect my strategy, affect my entry. I'm not going to switch up. And that's why I've been making a living off trading for the past few years. But anyway, here I went long off an inverse fair value gap. And wouldn't you know it, look at this wonky volume. Well, guys, it just so happens that once in once in a lifetime event, the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, ended up closing right when I was almost to my TP1. Wouldn't you know, my TP1 was up here. We almost hit TP1. The volume pooped out because the exchange closed or they had some technical issues. Again, that never happens. So just a break of bad luck, unfortunately for me, ended up taking that stop loss, identifying a break of structure here on the lower time frames, getting into longs here. We almost get stopped out, but we have stops in a good place under previous day structure. And we end up going to get that TP1. Again, I break even after TP1. So we got a TP1 break even, and then we go up and we smashed our TP2. Again, a little unfortunate, but that's good. Starting to build the confidence again right now because, it's not fun, guys. It's not fun losing when you're just following your strategy. I was mad at myself for these shorts, feeling like a dork because I said I was done shorting after this. But every market open, looking at the market open, looking at our internal chalks, it told me I had to short. So I'm just following strategy. Then we come in here, we have this bigger, higher time frame break here. During our daily session, we got tapped in. And then another streak of bad luck. We got tapped in the next 15 minutes. We are at TP1, one tick from TP1, and then we get broke even. But this is where I start getting more disciplined, locked in. I was getting really pissed off at this point with all the trades just somehow not working out. Fighting trend, but again, it wasn't my fault. There was no retracements to even take longs until this structure here. So, um, we break even, and this is where things start to get really unfortunate because I had this fib marked out and I had this trade placed after we broke even. I had this trade placed here. The daily candle, so if you look on the daily time frames, we have swing high or swing low to swing high here. So I dragged the fib, bada bing, bada boom. I had my entry here, and wouldn't you know, well, and then stop loss at the lows. Take profit, perfect 1 to 2 to the highs. And we missed the entry by 1 tick. Super unfortunate. But again, that's how it goes sometimes. And I cannot let misses like this affect me, my psychology, and my equity curve. We just have to keep going, keep placing the same trades. How we could have fixed this, guys, pay attention. Wow, this is already a 12-minute video. None of you guys are going to be watching this long because you guys don't value real trading. But if you are watching this long, comment real trading below and hit the subscribe and notification button. I do very much appreciate it. If you are watching this long, you guys are going to get the real sauce, the real knowledge here. If we dragged our fib, if I adjusted the fib levels to the new previous day high, we would have got a perfect tap in there. So I was very angry about that one. And then, wouldn't you know, it fucking happened again. Sorry, YouTube algorithm. I just cursed, but I really don't give a fuck. And anyway, guys, so previous daily low you could see is that daily low here. So what do? We take our Fibonacci, we drag swing high, swing low to swing high. We have our daily high right here. And 7:30 last night, CPI was coming out. I love sniping CPI. Don't trade during news. You just don't know what you're doing. We come down here, and wouldn't you know, again, I had this placed, and we missed by 1 tick. Not even 1 tick, by the way. We'll go with this fib because that was the one I was using. 0.9, 0.6 about. So less than a pip miss. So that's 2 trades and a partial TP. So that's $3,500 missed in just those 2 trades right there. And then today we have this daily low, and wherever this daily high prints, you could probably expect I will take a fib if we get a retracement towards the end of the day here. Probably end up taking this. Although I don't really like the way that wick is. We also, looking at the sessions here, we have equal lows there. Just super unfortunate I did not get into these trades because, again, we would have been out of drawdown. Our win rate would have been 50% again. Nothing would be wrong when you look at the strategy on TradeZella or on this. Just an unfortunate losing streak really is the issue right here. But again, this is why, and the haters are gonna love this video. Oh, you fucking suck, bro. You fucking suck at trading. But I can explain every trade that I take in, and it's methodical. It's the same process, the same thing every time. If you're not doing it that way, you're just not going to be profitable, and that's the key to it. And then we'll go over the winner we just took on Euro USD here, an absolute snipe, because again, I was getting missing two trades on Aussie dollar. The pair that I trade mainly is frustrating. Honestly, I'd rather take a loss. I'd rather just get blown through than missing a trade by a pip, because missing a trade by a pip is like you were right, you were so right. It's a lot worse missing a trade by a pip than just getting absolutely ran through. But as you can see on this Euro trade here, pretty simple stuff. We could see this order block here respecting for the break of structure here. We have swing low, we have swing high, we simply drag. And again, I use order blocks a lot, but guys, it's just easier sometimes instead of searching for the perfect order block, because I don't really have the luxury of scalping right now in the 1 minute. I like to do that, but I just want to pass this challenge safely and conservatively, even though we're in 5% of drawdown. Again, just unlucky. I'm not going to doubt anything, and you shouldn't either. But again, you guys, if you guys are trading seriously, you guys should seriously have statistics. You guys should seriously have statistics on your strategy. This is why I'm not doubting myself, because over the years, I've traded on TradeZella enough, my account, to know exactly my win rate, yada, yada, yada. And wouldn't you know, I just dragged the Fibonacci swing high to swing low here, and you could see our perfect sniper entry for a nice win here. And I have the same trade setup again, daily swing high to swing low here. As you could see, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and we'll just look for that fib retracement today as well. Anyway, guys, I hope that this video does well. I hope that you appreciate my transparency and my honesty. And I hope you appreciate the fact that I'm showing you this, because again, guys, it's not fun getting scrutinized by the internet and a bunch of unprofitable traders telling me, well, I could have done better. You guys, stop pocket watching, worry about yourself, worry about your own strategy. And again, I'm glad that I'm making this video, because sometimes, guys, it's just unfortunate. Yes, I did take a lot of short losses that were, some of them were unnecessary. Some of them could have been prevented. But you could see as soon as I flip back to bullish, and again, Aussies like this, where we're just trending up, we could flip to bearish, we're just trending down, we could flip to bullish, flip back to bearish, and then boom. So it just took me a little longer to flip back to bullish, but we're back on track, and the strategy is just printing if we didn't miss these trades. So pretty unfortunate. Don't let the, I guess the moral of the story, it's a long video. The moral of the story is don't let the misses and the small unfortunate events that may affect your equity curve and make it look worse. Don't let it make you doubt yourself, doubt your strategy. But again, I have the stats, I have the statistics to know that this is fine. 5% of drawdown is fine. It's just unfortunate that, how it played out. But anyway, guys, I hope you appreciate this video, the transparency. Week 2 is not over yet, but as it stands right now, we're down 5%. And I hope next week we could continue this beautiful uptrend, and we could get some more longs here to show you guys. But anyway, guys, join the free Discord, join the mentor section, and subscribe to the YouTube. Hit the notifications to stay updated on this FTMO challenge. Anyway, guys, peace out.